Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Clash of Clans. This episode is going to be a little bit different because I'm not really going to be talking about warring. I'm really going to be talking about managing troops and spells with a spreadsheet. So the reason I want to bring this up today is because I was just in a situation where I was going to use in Clan War, I was going to use a certain troop complement, something similar to what I have here. I'm about to go to war and do my first attack, and this is the kind of troop complement I like to use. A lot of Valkyries, a couple golems, and they tend to be pretty dark elixir heavy. So what happened was I was decided to switch up my troops, but I thought, well, let me just do a raid instead of losing all this dark elixir and all this. Basically, I was going to get rid of this entire army. Let me do a raid, but I wanted to see where my break-even point was, what I would have to get in a raid in order to basically make up the elixir and dark elixir that I spent on my troops. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about the spreadsheet I put together. And I put this together a while ago, but I wanted to go over it with you in case you were interested. And it really helps manage your troops, your armies, like if you have a certain war army that you like, and it helps you see, for raiding, it helps you see what you need to raid in order to break even. So let me go through this spreadsheet for you. So this is the spreadsheet I like to use. Now I am using an iPad, and with my iPad I have a program called Numbers, which is basically it's a spreadsheet for the iPad. If you have a PC, you might use a program called Excel. There's lots of free spreadsheets out there. There's lots of paid spreadsheets out there. Spreadsheets basically let you track numbers and lines and all these different things like that. So let me go through this. So on the top, you can see these grayed out parts. Anything that's gray is called a header. What that means is if I move the spreadsheet around, the header doesn't move. Like I'll always keep the top two rows and I'll always keep the left column. And what I do here is the first column is the space per unit, and the left column is the name of the troop. The first one is the space per unit. So a golem takes up 30 housing space, a wizard takes up 4, a witch takes up 12, and so on. I go all the way down here. These are the troops I use in war. I don't have certain troops like goblins because I don't really use those in war. Down here I have all the different spells, and you can see there's no space per unit because they don't take up any housing space. The second column is the number of units I'm going to use. So in this example, I'm going to use one golem. The third column here is a formula which shows it's basically the space per unit times the number of units equals the total space. So for all the golems I want to use, it's going to cost 30 housing space. If I want to use 13 wizards, it'll cost 52 housing space. And I do that all the way down. So as you can see, even though I have a number of spells here, I don't have any housing space because spells don't cost housing space. They cost spell space, but I don't really care about that so much. That's easy to manage. The next column is the elixir cost. So you can see a golem doesn't cost any elixir, but it costs 675 dark elixir. That's because I am a pretty much maxed out Town Hall 9. So that is the level, I guess it's a level 4 golem, costs 675. A level, I forget what I have, level 5 wizard is 3500 elixir. So what I do here is I manage all these. The next column is the total amount of elixir for the number of units I'm using. So in this, and also the next one after that is the dark elixir total. So this number is basically the number of units. This times this equals this. And this column, you can see how it's lit up, is this times this equals this. Now you can see on the top there's also a bigger number. This is the total of all the elixir that I'm spending. And this is the total of all the dark elixir I'm spending, and this is the total of all the housing space. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting, and it's kind of useful for keeping track of your troops. So let's say I want to do a different troop complement. So what I want to do here is I want to use one golem. I want to use 11 wizards. I don't care about some of these. Let's say I want to use 4 healers. So now you can see I'm at 268 housing space. Now that's too much. I can only hold 220. So I'll throw in 1 hog rider, maybe 3 wall breakers. I'll take out some archers. Like I said, this is just to figure out how much space things take up. Now, I want to use this, but I want to use this with Valkyries. Well, maybe 10 Valkyries will be okay. No, that's still a little bit over. So I'm going to go back and change that to 9. So now I'm at 213 housing space. So if I wanted to, I could throw in 1 giant, which is 5 housing space, and maybe 2 archers. And that's it. And now you can see the new cost is 181,600 elixir and 2,600 dark elixir. Now I do the same thing down here with the spells. So 1 heal spell costs 24,000. I'm not using any, so it doesn't cost me anything here. But if I want to use 1 jump, it's going to cost me 27,000. If I want to use 2 rages, it's going to cost me 66,000. If I want to use 3 earthquakes, it's going to cost me 480 dark elixir. Now the other thing you can do is, let's say I really, really love this army composition. I want to highlight this whole row. Oops. Go back up. Click on it once and say, oh, that didn't work. Sorry. So I'm going to highlight this. Let's say, yeah, I'll just do the whole thing. Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed it. There. Click on it and I can say copy. Then on the right over here, you can see I have some of my favorite troop complements. I have Go Hug, Go Wipe with Queen Walk, Go Wee Wee, all these different things. Town Hall 10 rating, number 1, number 2. And I can add another column and say, I don't know, I'll just call it something, because I'm not being very creative right now. And I can paste it in like this. And now I can go back to this sometime later. I'll call it something like YouTube example. So later on, if I said, oh, I want to go back and use that YouTube example, it was really good, I can just basically pull this up and I can see all the different spells and stuff and troops that I use. The ones down here don't have anything because I have been adding in different troops and different spells as I go along. Now, I don't have goblins in here, so I can actually add more troops. So let's say I want to add goblins. What I can do is I can say, well, I'll do it down here. I'll say insert. It'll push everything down, and I'll type in goblins. So the space per unit, each one takes up 1 housing space. I don't have to fill this in right now. The total space, I'll get back to that. Actually, I'll do that now. So I'm going to use 0 because I already have 220. Now, I don't want to have to create this formula again. So what I can do is I can actually click on it, say fill, and drag it down. What that does is it makes the formula that was working on here now work on here. Elixir cost for goblins is 100. Dark elixir is 0. So my elixir total, I can actually do both of these. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to fill both of these. Oops. Fill. So this applies to the, let's say I want to use like 20 goblins. So you can see it costs 20 space. It costs 2,000 elixir. And, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. The elixir cost is 100, and the total elixir for the 20 goblins is 2,000. And it doesn't mess up the rest of what I put in here because everything else gets pushed down. So this is the spreadsheet that I'm using. I hope you guys find it interesting. If you have any questions and if you want to do something like this, please leave a comment below. I'm willing to help you guys out. Let me know what program you're using and what kind of information you want to put in, and I can try to help you out. The reason I want to show you this is because I did my attack and I knew how much I needed to raid in order to break even. So this was the troops. These were the troops I was using. I'm going to copy this back into this original column. So I'm going to just paste it. So this, you can see 220 housing space. I was using 7 wizards, 2 archers, and 20 Valkyries. It cost me 58,000 elixir, but it cost me almost 5,000 dark elixir. That's why I wanted to get my dark elixir back. So I'm going to show you my raid, but now from this I could tell what I needed to attack in order to get my resources back. So I'm going to go back and show you the raid that I did in order to get the resources back. So like I said, if you enjoyed this part of the video, and if you're interested in spreadsheets and have any questions, please leave a comment below. And now I'm going to show you the replay of what I did to get the resources back. Okay, this is the raid I did in order to get my resources back. Now, if you remember, I needed 5,000 elixir, 5,000 dark elixir, and about 58,000 elixir. Now you can see there's plenty of elixir here, but I could possibly even get more than 5,000 dark elixir. And you can see on the bottom, the troops are what I had specified in the spreadsheet. So I have 2 archers, 7 wizards, 20 valkyries. I have a golem, 1 rage, and 8 earthquake. This is what I was going to take into battle, and I decided not to. So let me just start this attack. So I knew I wanted to just go right into the middle where all the dark elixir was. That was my main focus. And you can see there's 2 drills right there. So I knew I was going to be able to get all of it in one shot. So let me zoom out. So like I said, my goal is to get 5,000 dark elixir. The regular elixir is going to be pretty easy. So here's my attack. Doing some funneling. And this is a Town Hall 10 with multi-targeting infernos, which is why I brought 1 rage. I thought I can try to get my Valkyries in there and try to take everything out really quickly. So here comes my Valkyries. I'll zoom out a little bit. And they're coming in. I have 2 golems still alive. And now I'm going to put the rage spell down and just have the Valkyries wipe out everything in the middle here. I did put a couple of troops on the left. I wish I had put some more, but here they go. They take out pretty much everything. So my goal is 5,000 dark elixir, and oh yeah, there's 1 more drill over here. So my troops are doing well. They're punching through over there. I still have just a little bit under where I want to be, so I put in some troops on the right side, and now look, I have 6,000 dark elixir, so I have broken even. I have 156,000 elixir, which is 100,000 more than I really needed. Plus, I don't have the numbers here, but for doing this raid, I actually got a big bonus. So I actually went up with more resources. So there we go, almost 400,000 gold, 225,000, over 400,000 gold, 230,000 elixir, and over 6,000 dark elixir. So there we go. This is how I knew I was making a profit, and this is how I use my spreadsheet in order to manage my troops. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe for more Clash of Clans. And please leave a comment below if you have any questions about what I did and how to use a spreadsheet for Clash of Clans. Thank you guys for watching.